Hey guys, and welcome to episode 13 of Patton's Best. A very special episode for me because now I'm hoping that the next day, the 1st of September, we're not going to have to do combat, because the day after that we have refitting. And after that we have a bunch of new stuff. We have counterattacks, we have more battles than advances, and a bunch of stuff here going on the combat calendar. And during the refitting, that's the big part. We're gonna get to roll for crew advancement. We're gonna get to train our gyro stabilizer so we can fire after moving or pivoting, or when moving. And we are gonna get to update our tank from this old rust bucket to an EC8 or a jumbo. So the first thing we need to do here is to look at the last day before refitting. That is the 1st of September. It's an advanced light resistance. Combat will happen on a roll of 2 or lower. And we're all 5. Okay, I gotta admit, I was a little bit worried because I thought, well, I'm gonna jinx it by, getting my hopes up, but I didn't. Okay, so we have some really cool stuff now to go through, and let's start with the good stuff. So we get to choose a tank, and keep in mind that the tank has to be one that is on the tank replacement table for the current date. So we're currently in September 1944, so there are a few unavailable tanks. That's going to be tank number 3, tank number 6, tank number 9, tank number 13, that's the one we want. Tank number 15 and tank number 17. So those are currently available. And I actually first I had my mind on getting the jumbo tank, because there are 2 different jumbo tanks. There are the one with the 75, which is currently available, and then there is the one with the 76 cannon, which is the one I want, of course. Has a armor class number 3, and it's just a sweet tank. But so I thought, well, I'll get the 75 and I'll wait for the 76 jumbo. But nope, I don't think I'm gonna do that. Instead, because I'm so tired of not really being able to effectively take out enemy vehicles, so I am gonna go with the EC8 tank instead. That is tank number 16, and we check the tank replacement table, and we can see here that tank number 16 in September is a tank that you will get on a roll of 76 to 100, so a really high roll then. But keep in mind that if you have a combined crew rating of 35 or higher, you are free to choose any tank that you wish. And during our last combat, the day of combat, the 31st of August, we ended up with a crew rating of 89987. So the combined crew rating of that is going to be, let's see here, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9. So 50 minus 9, that's 41. So our crew rating is 41. That is 6 more than required to choose your own tank. So we are gonna go with the EC8, and look at this. It's when I bought the game, it was unpunched, so everything is unused. So we even get to, we are most likely the first people to ever use these tanks. Okay, so let's try to clean up here a little bit. I'm getting excited. We have the beautiful Firefly, and of course we're gonna do a playthrough with that bad boy one day. Okay, so we go ahead and remove this old tank. Thank you for your service, M4A1. I gotta say, it was a great improvement on the first tank we had. Great improvement indeed. But now we place the beautiful EC8 tank, and then in October, I think it is, we will upgrade to the best tank in the game, which is tank number 13. That's the jumbo tank. It has the same cannon, it has the same special abilities, but armor class 3 instead of armor class 2, and you don't have the restriction on well, actually there is no restriction to your spotting. I thought there was one of the hatches restricted your spotting, but nope. That's perfect. Okay, so that's how it is. And we're gonna go now and replace our tank tokens. So first we have the M4A1 tank token, and then we have the 75 turret. So we go ahead and find the 76 turret, and then tank number 17, which is here. Actually, it should be tank number 16. My apologies. 16. 17 is unavailable. Okay, so it should be the back of this, I'm guessing. There we go. Easy 8, it's pretty much the same, I think. What do these guys differ? I don't even know if there is a difference. Let's see. Animal sector. I think it's pretty much the same. Anyway, 16 is the one we can get. 17 is unavailable, and then we can get our the tank that we really want, the assault tank, the jumbo, on the October in 944, and that is you can only get that tank on a perfect roll. So in October it's on a roll of 60, on November is a roll of 57. In December is a roll of 53, and so on. So it's only on one specific roll, so that is next to impossible to get if you don't have the promoted crew. Okay, and then we have our tank counter, and it looks beautiful. Alright, and there are a few things we need to do beside here before we place out our beautiful... Let me show you that new gun we have and the new counter. Look at that new tank counter. It shows here that the star is for Vision Coppola. The 2 over here is for Armor Class 2, 76L gun, and then first up is the model name, and the W stands for wet storage, which means there's a bunch of stuff laying on all the ammunition to prevent fires. Okay. So a few things here. We have HVSS. That is a kind of suspension that will basically lower the chance of accidents happening when you're trying to reverse or reverse to hull down. However, no HVSS is available on any tank before November 1944. So we will just place the HVSS token. Actually, we don't need to place it because it says no HVVS. If that was not the case, we would roll on this number 1 to 5, and on a roll of 1 to 5 we would have HVSS, but on a roll any other than that we would not get it. So some really cool things on this EZ8 tank is, first of all, we have the split loader hatch, and the split loader hatch means that it's going to be the gunner this time instead of the commander who can handle the 50 cal. So the loader, not the gunner. So the loader, he can fire the 50 cal and he can repair it, and the commander, he cannot use it at all. Then we have a Vision Coppola, which means our commander can spot even if he has his hatch closed. And then we have wet stowage, which we spoke about. That means, there's on the blew up table, there's going to be a much smaller chance of blowing up. Smoke mortar, as you know already, the loader fires a mortar which puts smoke. And then HVSS, that's after November 44, we have access to better suspension if we have a lucky roll, and that means less risk of having accidents, throwing tracks, I think, stuff like that when you're backing up. And then, of course, I mean, we have the gun, the 76L, that's the best Sherman gun available in the game if you don't count the Firefly. We have Armor Class 2, so that is better than Armor Class 1, but it's not as good as the first Armor Class. Another really great thing with EZ8 is, and I mean for all 76L guns, is you get a high velocity armor piercing round. You can get 1, 2, or 3 rounds every new day of combat. So very effective ammunition that might be saved for special occasions if you see the ass of a king tiger or something like that. Okay, so we go ahead and place our 3 rounds left here in the AP rack. So it's not going to be 4 types of ammunition there, because you're not going to be firing smoke. Alright, we go ahead and note now on our after action report. Tank module is going to be M4 A3 76W with a G turret. And I always note the turret, since there are special rules for the turrets as well. For example, the gunner can't throw smoke grenades from a B turret. Or actually, I think they can. It's the loader who cannot fire the submachine gun, the Thompson, if there is a B turret. That's the way it is. Okay, so we got our new beautiful tank. I'm so happy, and I'm really looking forward to taking this out for a spin and trying to get some Germans. And next we have our rolling for crew advancement. So our current rating is for our commander an 8, so we need to roll a 9 or higher. Roll a 4. Current rating for our gunner and loader is 9, so we need a 10. And for our loader and for our driver, our current rating is 8, so we need a 9 or 10. And we get a 10. Perfect. So our driver has an increase in his rating. Let's see here. Turns into 9, and then we have 9, 9, and 8. And finally we have our assistant driver with a rating of 7. We need to roll 8, 9, or 10. And roll 2. But we do get one crew rating increase, and when you are, this high up, I think you gotta be happy as long as you get at least one crew rating increase. Okay, so last but definitely not least, the rules also state that during refit, if refit happens more than 7 days, and this refit is currently going on from the 2nd of September to the 11th of September, so we have more than 7 days. If you have a combined crew rating of 30 or higher, I believe it is, you get to train your gunner in gyro stabilizer. Yes, during a refit of at least 7 days, you may have your crew trained in the use of a gyro stabilizer if the combined rating of the crew is 30 or higher. Okay, and once trained, your crew stays so unless your gunner is lost. Other crew casualties have no effect. Loss of your gunner loses your training. No replacement gunners have this training. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do now on my gunner is just to do a little G to remind myself that this gunner has been trained in the gyro stabilizer. And I'll note on my after action report, train in gyro stabilizer. That is awesome. So not only did we get a new tank, we got a crew rating increasement, and we trained in gyro stabilizers. That is just awesome. And what now? Well, now I want to go out and hunt some tanks. So let's go ahead and check our combat calendar. The next day is an advance with heavy resistance. Combat will occur on a roll of 5 or lower. And roll 8, so there is no combat. And then we have our first counterattacks. So that's something that we haven't really seen before. So we have 3 counterattacks in a row. All of them are Moselle crossing. And we have one with high resistance, one with... there's 2 counterattacks. Both have medium resistance, and they will occur on a roll of 5 or lower. So for the first one, the 12th of September, and roll 8, so there is no counterattack there. And then on the next one, Let's see here. It's another counterattack with the same stats, so 5 or lower. And we're all 7, so we don't get that counterattack either. Okay, so we skip all of the counterattacks. There's going to be more of them. Then we go to a regular advance with medium resistance. Combat occurs on a roll of 3 or lower. And what's that? A 7? Okay, and next one is a battle. The battle is with heavy resistance. The battle is Krevik and May. I'm guessing that's going to be pronounced in French. And the battle happens on a roll of 1 to 9. So I think we're very likely to have combat now. Are you kidding me? Oh Lord. We skip combat because we roll 10. Combat occurs on a roll of 1 to 9. Okay, so we go again, and next combat is Luneville, or Luneville, wherever. It's also a battle. 9 in... combat happens on a roll of 1 to 9, and there is medium resistance. I thought honestly it was going to be a 10 again, but no, we roll 8. So for our next day of combat, we have a battle. We haven't seen many of those, and it's with medium resistance. I gotta say, man, look, we are making progress now. We have about finished almost 1/4 of the game. So we are making progress. I'm wondering sometimes how many episodes these are gonna be, but you know, it's not certain that we will make it to the end. It is my understanding that not from the people I've talked to that actually finished the campaign, it is my understanding that none of them actually finished with the same commander as they started with, as per the game rules. And that's not what I'm gonna do. That, you know, when my commander is dead or sent home, that's game over. Because I want to finish the whole campaign with my, you know, according to the rules, with my tank commander surviving. And that's the only way to win the game. And I can, of course, understand why other people just want to, you know, experience the whole campaign, and they just re-roll for a new commander. And that is, I mean, in the rules, it's even recommended that, okay, so when your commander dies, the game is over, you don't win, but the game still recommends you to re-roll a new commander just to experience the whole campaign. But again, that's not what we're going to do. Okay, so let's note on our after action report here, the date is the 17th of September. 1944. And its tank name is... Okay, we got to come up with a new tank name. That is going to be Unity this time. Vegas has gone to someone else. So Unity is our new tank name. Thank you for whoever came up with that. I can't remember who that was. I think it was someone on Boardgame Geek. And we have a situation, we have a battle with medium resistance. And again, there is a historical note, Luneville, I think it's pronounced. Okay, I think that is it for what we need to note. Did we forget anything? I don't think so. Okay, record date, scenario code, model of Sherman, tank's name, tank true. Console the weather table. Okay, so now we're not in August or July any longer, so now things are going to change a little bit. For September, clear weather will only occur on a roll of 1 to 60 instead of 1 to 69. And roll 82, which is in September, October, and November, gonna be mud. Scheiße. That's bad because that is gonna be, that means that, you know, we add 15 minutes each time that we have traveling, and there's a higher increase of accidents happening to our tank as we're moving. We can see here mod, see movement table, see time use table, and reduced high explosive effect. So not really sure how that goes to affect explosives, but let's see here. Yeah, if we have to kill infantry targets, mud or deep snow +5 to our roll. So there is it is harder to kill infantry with mud weather. I don't see the logic behind it, but I'm sure there is logic behind it. Otherwise, I don't think there would be there. It's quite wouldn't say it's a realistic game, but it's quite the stats, you know, are kind of realistic. So we have clear weather, but with mud, and then consider weather table, load ammo. Okay, so now we're gonna have to think a little bit about how much ammo we can bring. 71 rounds. Okay, so I'm gonna do, first of all, we roll to see how many high velocity armor piercing we can bring. On a roll of 1 to 3, we get 1 round, 4 to 7, 2 rounds, 8 to 10, 3 rounds. And we roll 10, so we get 3 of those rounds. So that's of course the first thing we are gonna bring. And then let's see how many HE we wanna bring. 18. We should bring more because we're using a crap load of advancing fire. But usually that goes through the... Usually the advanced fire goes through the, extra ammo that we are ordered to bring. So, how many AP could we possibly use? Okay, so if I bring 18, I'll have 50 AP. I don't need that many. So, okay, let's do 28 AP. And then 28 HE. And then 40 AP. That is to get a 68 plus the 3 HVAP is 71, which is our maximum load. And then on extra ammo, we roll a d10. And we roll a 3, which means 20 extra HE rounds. And then we roll, we have 10 extra 30 cal boxes. Alright, and then load ready rack, and we are gonna have, let's see, 3 of our high velocity armor piercing and 3 normal armor piercing. We have totally place here for 6 rounds. There are ready rack of our easy 8. Alright, determine amount of daylight. Oh, this is the first time we do this. Determine the amount of daylight available to this day from the sunrise sunset chart. Note it on the after action report. So in September we have sunrise at 5:30. So we get rid of 2 boxes here in the beginning, and then we have sunset at 18:15. So we lose 1 hour in the evening. All right. Let's see. Determine time and ammo already expended from the time elapse table. So roll a d10. That's 1. Time elapse is gonna be, so 1 split in half. That's 0 plus 1 hour. So we lose only 1 hour of time. So that's good. We have a lot of time today. Can call in for a lot of artillery strikes. Ammo expended 1 times 2 HE, so that's 4, and 1's 30 cal boxes. So 30 cal boxes, we lose 1, we go from 10 extra to 9. HE rounds, we lose instead 2, so we go from 20 extra to 18 extra HE rounds. Okay. Determine your tank's deployment on the deployment table, and roll 18, which means we are hold down and stopped. That's very good. Mark any open hatches on the tank card. I'm gonna keep all of our hatches opened. And mark the main round in the main gun. And now we're not gonna have HE as usual. We're gonna have AP instead, because we're hunting for tanks now. Face the tank and turret in direction desired. Position spot and commander spot markers. Man, okay, I'm just gonna put them here because usually I forget when I close my hatches. So now I'm just gonna leave them there forever. So my guys have somewhere to spot when I close my hatches and forget. Please use control markers in sector 1, 2, 3. Mark the weather on the battle board. Okay, determine start area. Starting area is going to be area number 3, which is over here. put our task force there. Exit area. Exit area is roll 5. Starting area is 3. On a roll of 5, exit area is 5. So we're gonna have a very simple battle today with our medium resistance here. Again, our starting area is 3, and then we roll 5, so it becomes 5. Okay, so we only have 2 areas that we need to go. And again, you know what I talked to you about this a few times now, that I only look to capture 1 exit area. If I capture 1 exit area, I'm happy. I've always succeeded in that, no matter how much stuff I've called in. Check 1 adjacent areas. We check B. We have medium resistance today, so on a roll of 1 to 5 it's light, on a roll of 6 to 9 is medium, on a roll of 10 or higher it's heavy. And we roll 1, so we have light resistance. Okay, so we are gonna go ahead and call in a shitload of airstrikes and artillery strikes. First we call in for an airstrike for 30 minutes of time, and 30 minutes is for the airstrike, and during that time you can spend 15 minutes doing something else, scout an adjacent area, calling for artillery. We call in for artillery, but first we call for the airstrike 1 to 4. And we roll a 1, so the airstrike is granted. Then we call for artillery. On a 1 to 7 it's granted. And we get 8, so unfortunately it's not granted. We mark off another 30 minutes and call in for another airstrike. And we roll a 4, so the second airstrike is also granted. And then artillery strike, we roll a 10, so it's not granted. We mark off a total of 45 minutes to call in for 3 artillery strikes. First is approved, second is approved, and third is approved. We have 3 artillery strikes, 2 airstrikes in the light support, light resistance areas. I think we're gonna do fine. We move in, and there's no direct road, so we spend 45 minutes, and then another 15 minutes because we have mud. And then let's see here, I'm gonna note my VP. We still have 14, or our commander have 14 VP. And then we have 35 fuel, but we will have spent 2 now, so 33 fuel. Remember, fuel and machine gun ammo rules are optional. We roll now on advanced fire. We roll a 7. 7 split in half is 3.5. Rounded down, it's 3. So we spend 3 30 cal boxes and HE rounds. So we go from 39 to 36. 30 cal boxes, and from 18 extra to 15 extra HE rounds. Roll to see if there is combat. Combat will occur in a light resistance area on a roll of 8 or higher. And we roll 5, so there's no combat. And capturing that area means we have now scored our first victory point for the day. We check now for resistance in the B area. And we roll 10, so that is going to be heavy resistance. So we are going to spend 30 minutes now calling in for an airstrike and artillery strike. Air first, it's granted. And artillery strike is not granted. Spending another 30 minutes. Airstrike is not granted. Artillery is granted. Spending another 30 minutes. Airstrike is not granted. Artillery strike is granted. Another 30 minutes. Airstrike is granted. And artillery strike is not granted. Spending another 15 minutes. Artillery strike is granted. Alright, we go ahead and move in. Again, there is no direct road, so we have 45 minutes of travel time. And then plus 15 minutes because there is mud. And then we roll for advanced fire. And we roll 2, so that's going to be 1 of each. It's 1 30 cal box. We go from 36 to 35. 1 HE main gun round. We go from 15 extra to 14 extra. And then we're now in, yes, we should spend 2 fuel, so we go from 33 fuel to 31. And now we need to roll for combat. We are in a B area. combat in a heavy resistance area will occur on a roll of 4 or higher. And we're all 3, so we actually do not get combat in a heavy resistance area. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. Okay, we get 10 VP now for capturing an exit area. And we get rid of all of these markers. And we roll for a new starting and exit area. So the new starting area is going to be area number 2. And the exit area on a roll of 5 is going to be 5 again. So this time we have a little bit longer road, but we already captured one exit area, so I'm still going to be calling in every kind of crap I can get. Let's see here, what would be the safest route to take? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I would like to take this area because we have an improved road, so it's going to be less time getting there than from there. It's 45 minutes from there, but from here it's only 15. Anyway, we call in for resistance first to see, and we roll a 4 in a heavy resistance day. That is light resistance. Okay, I am going to move in without calling for anything. It's just a light resistance area, and it would be cool to capture another exit area. So going there is 30 minutes. 50 minutes, 30 minutes plus 15 because we have mud. 2 fuel, so we go from 31 to 29. And then we roll for advancing fire. We roll 6, which will be 3 30 cal boxes. We go from 5 extra to 2 extra. And 3 main gun rounds HE, we go from 14 extra to 11 extra. And then we roll to see if there's combat. Combat will occur on a roll of usually 8 or higher, but now 7 or higher since we have an A area. And we roll a 10, so we have combat. Okay, we mark off 15 minutes here on our after action import. And then we go ahead and activate 2 enemy units. First one is 26, that is a self-propelled gun. And then we have 76, which is an 80 gun. Don't like that. Okay, we place out our advanced fire markers. And we mark to see where the SPG spawns in this area. At, let's see, I think that's short distance, right? That is medium. And facing is going to be front. And terrain is going to be, I believe that's the open. Yes, that's in the open. And then we have our 80 gun, which goes over here as well. And distance, hopefully long. 7 for an 80 gun is medium. And terrain is going to be the woods, I believe. Hold down, no, infantry target, woods. Okay, so we get to fire advanced fire against both of these targets. So we will start by looking at our friendly action table on the AT gun. 1 to 20 usually to take down, -9 because you use controlled sectors, that's 1 to 29. 1 to 29 to take out, and we roll 82, so that's not going to happen, but we get smoke on him. 80 or higher, it's always smoke, unmodified rolled. And then the SPG, which is going to be treated as a Stug, 1 to 30 to kill, -9, 1 to 39, but +10 advancing fire versus vehicles, so 1 to 29. And we roll 55, so that is not enough to kill and it's not enough to smoke him. Alright, so we go ahead and remove our advanced fire markers. And then we roll to see if there's an ambush. Ambush will occur on a roll of 1 to 7. And roll 10, so there's no ambush. Thanks. Okay, let's see what we want to do here. Not really much to do to fire at medium range on the SPG would be stupid, I guess. I would hit him on a roll of 55 or lower. And to kill him, firing at its front, to kill the Stug. Let's see here, Stug, to kill the front at medium range, I would need a 58 or lower. So maybe it's a little bit foolish, but you know, we have our beautiful tank now. I'm going to try it. Okay, so first of all, we have spotting, smoke depletion phase. And then we have spotting phase. So we will spot with, first of all, our highest crew members, which is, first of all, the gunner. And the gunner rolls a 6. The 6 is going to turn into a 5 because it's medium range. So it's spotted, however, it's not identified. Then it tries to spot the 88. Again, it's spotted, not identified. And we move on to our loader. The 88 first, nothing, and then the SPG 4. So that is enough to identify it because his rating is 9. And we have a -1 for medium range. We roll on the enemy vehicle gun appearance table for the SPG. And we roll 5, meaning it's going to be a martyr free. I've never seen a martyr free actually in this game. Whoops, those are tanks, those are the SPGs. So we'll go ahead and look here for a martyr free. We have Hetzers, there we have martyr free. I think we could, I mean, that one would be simple kill, right? I mean, it's not very nice to get his attention, but come on, we're hull down. All of that. Alright, we try then with our driver with 90 rating to spot the 88. And he spots and identifies this. So we roll on the appearance table. And we roll a 4, which is going to be a 75L. A Pak 40, that is. A Pak 40 is hiding in the woods. Okay, so that is it for our spotting. Hatch segment, open and close hatches, they will remain open. Order segment, okay. We are going to go ahead and fire. There is smoke there, so, you know, that could prove to be a problem, but whatever. We will direct fire with the commander. We will fire fire main gun with the gunner, and our loader is of course loading, but he is gonna load from ready rack, and he's gonna load what should he load? Yeah, just normal AP. We don't need high velocity for that tank, so he will load normal AP, and then our bow MG is gonna fire advancing fire into this zone. The driver does nothing, and I'm gonna put one of these gray here to show that the loader can't spot because he's loading while firing main gun. Okay, so we start off by marking off a round of AP. We have not 40 left now, we have 39. Okay, and this is gonna be a little bit nervous because we have smoke, so we don't have the best circumstances, but you know, we will try. So let's calculate what we need now to hit. To hit with a vehicle target, with we are doing direct fire. Direct fire to hit at medium range 65 or lower. However, through or into smoke minus you know, the base rating. So base numbers to hit are half for each smoke marker in the fire zone, in the target zone, and in the any zone in between. So 65 turns into 32. So 32 turns into, say here, minus crew gun rating. So 32 minus 8, 9, and 9. So 32 turns into 40 with our commander's rank of 8. 40 turns into 49 with our gunners rating. And 49 turns into 58 with our loaders rating. So 32, 40, 49, 58. Okay, so we have 58. Let's see if we have any more modifiers. Target is not moving. He's not in any area. He's not a small target. Okay, so we need a 58 or lower to hit. Okay, we are firing at the Marder 3. And we roll 66. Okay, that's not good. That's not good at all. Let's look here now at our rate of fire table. We need 20 or lower with a 76 mil, but minus 10 if ammo reload taken from red racks, it's 30. And also we should put acquired target 30, and loaders rating, gunners rating is 18, so 30, 48 or lower. And we didn't get rate of fire, we didn't hit. Okay, that's a shame. We fire now with the bow MG, advancing fire, and we don't spend any ammo, and there is no gun malfunction. Okay, that's unfortunate. We go now to enemy action. So we start right off with the Marder. Enemy action, advance scenario, where this was a battle, right? So yes, we have to... Oh yeah, we should have looked at the battle as we rolled out also the... For the enemies. But anyway, I mean, we got the worst things imaginable. We got the AT gun, and I think it's always an AT gun if you roll here too. The only place where battle and advance differs is truck becomes light weapon, truck becomes MG, a tank becomes light weapon, a Spähwagen becomes SPG, light weapon becomes MG, truck becomes light weapon, Spähwagen becomes AT gun, SPG becomes SPG. So we even if we were to roll the same number on the battle scenario, we would get the same stuff. Anyway, rolling now for battle scenario, we are rolling first for the SPG, and roll 35, which is move back. So the coward is fleeing. All right, he's moving back. We roll for his facing, and roll 8, which means for an SPG, it's going to be the side. Then roll for new terrain. 8, which is open. And then we roll for the AT gun. And the AT gun rolls 79. Which is... fires at any tank. 80 to 90 is fire at me. Okay, so it will fire at a friendly tank. And it has a 75L, so at medium range it needs 40 or lower to kill. But now we have a smoke in the zone, so it's going to be halved, so 20 or lower. And he rolls 50, so it's no kill for him. Then we have friendly action. We start with the 75, the 80 gun. 1 to 29 to take it out. And we roll 97, so we definitely do not take it out. But we do, however, put a smoke marker on it. Over 80 gives you smoke. And then we roll for the Marder 3. 1 to 59, we take it out. And we roll 32, so the Marder is killed by friendly forces. We note 1 knocked out Marder. See here, self-propelled gun, so it's gonna be 6 victory points. And then we roll on a random events table, and we roll 19, which is enemy artillery. Okay, that's not good. We roll first for infantry friendly forces. 7 on a roll of 7 to 9, 2 friendly forces are killed, infantry squads that is. So we lose 2 infantry squads, we lose a total of 6 victory points. And then we have to roll on the collateral damage table, since we have enemy artillery. That's never fun. And we roll 89. 89, loader possibly wounded, if not buttoned up. Okay, we roll for the loader. 89. Serious wound. No. And that also means that he is going to be he's incapacitated, and he is, let's see, 89. He is out for a roll of D10. That number of weeks. Damn it. Okay, so our loader, W. Peterson, is out for this roll of weeks. Come on, give me 4 weeks. Okay, so we gotta note that, because no way we will remember that. Driver is, loader is incapacitated. That means the assistant driver is gonna take over his role. Loader, he got a serious wound. Serious wound. Out for a total of 4 weeks. That's 28 days. He's gonna be back somewhere in October. So it's time to bring someone else up. Alright, we are gonna go ahead and see. We're gonna get, I think, the assistant driver, to take the position of the loader. Alright, so we'll see what happens. The loader will stay incapacitated. I'll just put one of these on him to remember that. And I'm not going to fire anyway at the 75, so I'll let the assistant driver stay where he is. We go to the next round, and we go first to smoke depletion phase. And we remove this. We close the hatch for the loader. And I think we might as well just close everyone's hatches now, because there's not going to be much that we can do anyway. Definitely not going to fire the main gun. We are going to go ahead and fire with our coaxial though, and the bow MG. Let's see here. So we go ahead and roll for those for ammo expender and such. 1 30 cal box spent. Remember, on a roll of 1 to 30, you spend a 30 cal box. So we go from 2 extra to now 1 extra. Okay, and then we have enemy action. For our AT gun. And roll 32. 32 for is fire at any tank. So again, medium range for 75 is 40. But halved because of smoke, so 20 or lower to kill. It rolls 99, so definitely not a kill. And then we have friendly action, and friendly action, AT gun 1 to 29 to take it out. And we roll, what do we roll? 79, so that's not smoke, that's nothing. Random events, and we roll 32, which is harassing fire. So harassing fire, your tank is sprayed with small weapons fire. Roll on the collateral damage table. So very lucky that I decided to close my hatches now. So roll on the collateral damage table. And we roll 74. Driver possibly wounded if not buttoned up. But he is buttoned up. So that takes us to the next turn. Smoke depletion. We simply do the same as we did before. So we roll for 30 cals. 1 to 30 will spend ammo. I'll say that's a 30. So we go from 1 extra 30 cal boxes to simply none. So we have still 30 besides the extra 10 that we were ordered to carry. And that leads us to enemy action. We roll for the 80 gun at the battle scenario table, and we roll 20, which is do nothing. 21 to 30 is do nothing. All right, and then we roll for friendly action. Again, 1 to 29 to take this guy out. And we roll 35, so it's not good enough. We roll on random events table. We roll 87. 87 is going to be flanking fire. Also note here, I've been actually looking at it wrong. It's different numbers. It's very similar numbers, but different numbers for a battle scenario. So 87 is going to be flanking fire. Okay, first battle scenario in a while, so let's call it Fog of War, but it would have been pretty much the same results as I can see. Harassing fire is the same number, just bigger. Yeah. We got flanking fire, which means we get to attack again with a -10. So instead of 1 to 29, now it's 1 to 39 to kill that guy. Come on, 1 to 31. Yes, we get him. And that ends the combat, since that was the last random event. And we go ahead and note on our after action report, knocked out AT gun for 4 victory points. We have lost 6 victory points for 2 infantry squads lost. Okay, so a few things we're gonna do now. First of all, let's clear this board. And go ahead and roll now for crew replacements. See where I put commanders. There should just be one for the commander actually in this tank. Alright, for crew replacement, since unfortunately for us, our loader, W. Peterson, is out of action. So we have to erase his name and his rating, which is my favorite part with our loader. And we have to roll for a new one, so we have a replacement coming up. His name is Johnny P. Johnny P. And we have to roll for his rating, so we roll a D10, rounded down, I believe, and 7. I have to confirm that it's rounded down. I'm pretty sure it is. Rounded up. So that's a crew rating of 4. That is not so good, but it is what it is. Crew rating of 4. Okay, and that takes us, I believe, 30 minutes. We will look at the time use table. Replace incapacitated man, 30 minutes. Yes, sir. And then we get 1 victory point for capturing an area. And that is what happens when you engage in combat without using artillery and shitloads of airstrikes. You lose good men. And now we're not going to be able to get that juicy jumbo tank if this continues and we lose more crew members. But at least it wasn't the commander. Alright, we roll for resistance in that A area. And before we do so, we roll on the deployment table, which I usually forget. And we roll 11, so it's still stopped. Marking the open hatches. We open all our hatches now. And mark gun load in main gun. We go with AP. And that's it. Okay, we roll for resistance level. I roll 6, so that's going to be medium resistance. We call in everything we have. 30 minutes for air and artillery. Air 1 to 4. We get air. Artillery 1 to 7. We get artillery. Again, same procedure. Air 1 to 4. And we get air again. Artillery 1 to 7. And we get artillery. 15 more minutes call in for artillery. And we get artillery. We have full support here. Okay, so we are moving into this area. That takes 45 minutes of time. There's no direct road. And then additional 15 minutes because of mud conditions. Then we mark off 2 fuel. So we go from 29 to 27 fuel. And we roll for advanced fire. We roll 4, so that's 2 30 cal boxes. We go from 30 to 28. And we go from 11 to 9 extra HE rounds. Alright, and we're off for combat. We have a area with medium resistance. Combat will normally occur on a roll of 1 to 6, but now it's on a 6 to 10, but now it's 5 to 10 because we have a +1 because of A area. And we roll a 10, so we have combat. So first of all, we put out our advanced fire markers. And remember now we roll on the battle scenario instead of advanced scenario. And we activate a total of 3 enemy units. And we have 95, which is going to be an AT gun. And we have 78, which is going to be another AT gun. And finally we have 63, which is light weapons. So we roll for area for light weapons. And we roll for area for 88. Man, I love this game. I'm just having so much fun playing this game. And yeah, it's just a great game. Even when you get shitty 88s, let's see, let's get rid of this after action import. Let's see, the light weapons will spawn in distance medium. And the 88's distance, the first one will be medium as well. And the last one's distance will be also medium. So they all 3 spawn in the same place. Terrain for the light weapons is going to be building. And terrain for the first AT is going to be open. It would be building, but again, for AT guns, building is open terrain, except during November 44 and February 45. And terrain is going to be woods for the other AT gun. Alright, so first of all, we have advanced fire is going to hit all 3 of them. And we start with the light weapons. We will get rid of the light weapons on a roll of 1 to 39. And we get 50, so we don't get rid of the light weapons. The 80 guns, though, we need 1 to 29 to get rid of. Of the first one, that is. And we roll 46, so it's a no-go. On the other one, we need a 1 to 32 instead. We have a -3 modifier because we have a target in the woods. Actually, that's only artillery. So 1 to 29. 80. 80 or higher will give smoke. A modified roll into that area. And that means we have, not had any success with any of these advanced fire markers. Okay, we have 3 artillery strikes. We start with light weapons. We get rid of them on a roll of 1 to 30. And the 80 gun to the left, we get 1 to 20. And the 80 gun here, 1 to 23, because it's artillery versus target in 80 or infantry in woods. Nope. So first 8 artillery is lost. Okay, light weapons 1 to 30. 80 gun to the left, 1 to 20. Other 80 gun 1 to 23. Last artillery, light weapons 1 to 30. And we get away the light weapons who are in a building. And let's note that for our after action report, that is 1 victory point. And I'm feeling my shoulders starting to hurt, so I'm gonna start rolling here a little bit on the left side. And then we have the 80 guns, 1 to 20. And the other guy, that's gonna be smoke because it's 80 or higher. And then the other 80 gun is 1 to 23. We're all 33. So the artillery strikes are not successful. We bring in our airstrikes, and it's gonna be 1 to 20, 50, and it's gonna be 1 to 20 again, 29. So not having any luck with our artillery today. 1 to 20 on both of them. First one is failed. The one in the woods is also failed. Man, not a lot of good stuff from those airstrikes. And that means we have to roll now to see if we have... first of all, we have to mark off. I always forget this. We have to mark off 15 minutes for having combat. And then we have to roll to see if there is ambush. 1 to 7, we have an ambush. No ambush. Okay. What should we do? We close our hatches and we're just gonna sit it out. Close our hatches here. And we fire bow MG and coaxial as covering fire, advanced fire. And we roll for ammo expenditure and gun malfunctions. Nope, not on the first one. And on the second one we get ammo expenditures. So we go from 28 now to 27 vertical boxes left. And then we go to enemy action. So for our 80 guns, the first one to the left will do nothing. Actually, that's moved back. 15, that is moved back. We roll for new terrain. 7, it's going to be in the open. And we put a moving marker on it. And then next one in the woods. 43, which is going to be fire at any tank. So it will fire. It's a 88. Why didn't we try to spot them? Sometimes I get so stupid. 88, you must be thinking, what is this idiot doing? 88 LL at medium range kills on 66 or lower, but we will lower it by 2. So first it's 2 smoke markers. And we forgot to do that at the start of the phase. 33 turns into 16. So 16 or lower he kills, and he rolls 58. And then we have friendly action. And friendly action against the moving is 1 to 29. And against the other one is also 1 to 29. Nope. And then we roll on random events table. And we did get 88 on the first, so 80. Yes, we got 88 on the 88. 80 or higher is smoke. Random events table. We will roll 2. And that's unfortunate. That is on battle, it's time passes, so I don't think we're going to have enough time to get the exit area with mud conditions as they are. Alright, what do we have more here? We have a new phase, so I will try to spot. I can only spot now with my gunner, loader, and driver. Not loader, gunner, loader, and assistant driver. Because not loader. Loader is spotting here, commander is spotting here. So we move this to these areas, and then we and that is for the next turn. Let's see. We attempt to spot. Let's look at restrictions. Driver and assistance driver, tank front only. Gunner, tank front. Okay, so we try with the gunner first. Vince, he tries to spot the 88. It rolls a 2, so that is going to be spotted and identified with the modifiers, I can tell you. We roll on the appearance table. We roll a 9, so the 88 is an 88. That is usually the way it goes when rolling for 88s in my experience. Also, we should have done smoke depletion. Getting excited now. So I'm missing some stuff. It's spotted and identified, and then the gunner tries to spot the other 80 gun. And we roll a 10, meaning it's currently hidden from view for us. And we keep our hatches closed. We do not change anything. We do the same thing again, the same order. We roll for ammo expenditure. So 1 box. And we roll 1 30 cal box. So we go from 27 to 26. Alright, and then we roll for enemy action. Start by rolling for our closest AT gun. And we roll 74, which is fires at any tank. And he will need 88 LL 66, which turns into a 33 because we have smoke. And we roll 2, which is an automatic kill. So we lose a tank now. And we roll for the other 80 gun. And we roll 18, which is move back. So the other 80 gun effectively retreats. So we only have 1 remaining. So that is at least one good thing. Okay, so we go to friendly action here, and one thing to note that I have missed is actually when you're firing at infantry and 80 guns, let's see here, -3, let's see if I can find it, +1 I mean, versus light weapons, okay, so it's not against 80 guns, but versus light weapons or machine guns, +1 for each friendly infantry squads lost. We have lost 2 infantry squads. So against those we are gonna roll +2, but not 80 guns apparently. Okay, to get that 88, we need 1 to 29. Come on. Come on, yes! We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We got another VP here for a knocked out 80 gun. That's the second of today. We didn't do it, but our friendly forces did. And we remove the markers and we roll 1 last time now on the random events table. We roll 36, which is going to be a Panzerfaust attack. Panzerfaust! Okay, we have a Panzerfaust. First, we roll to see where the Panzerfaust spawns. 1, and 1 is over here. By rolling 1d according to rules section 512. If the sector rolled is use controlled, no attacks takes place. And I mean, if we go to 512, because I know we had another Panzerfaust attack, but I mean, according to 512, you actually spawn then in kind of the opposite, like when an enemy unit is active, roll 1d to determine which sector it appears in. For a roll of 4 or higher, place the unit in the sector corresponding. For a roll of 1 to 3, the enemy unit appears only in the corresponding sector if no unit's US control marker is in that sector. And there is one in, we rolled a 1 in that sector. If a US control marker is present, then the unit appears in the sector where the number is shown in the parentheses. So in this case, it would be here. So I don't know about the Panzerfaust rules, actually. I mean, if they follow it that directly, because then it says, if the sector rolled is US controlled, no attack takes place. If the sector is not US controlled, place the Panzerfaust marker in the sector's close range shown. So I mean, it's very hard to say, is that going to be there, or is the, you know, it doesn't tell if it, but I'm sure by now my other Panzerfaust attack is recorded and someone have commented, but let's for the sake of it say that it happens. And then on a battle, it's actually going to happen only on a roll of 1 to 5. And we have some modifiers, I believe. Advancing fire in zone is +3, but we are firing in the wrong zone. Attack from sector 1, 2, or 3 -1. Okay, so we'll see if it happens. On a 1 to 5, it happens. And we roll a 4, so it does happen. And then we roll to see if it actually hits. And table 2 to hit. On a 1 to 7, it hits. On an 8 to 10, it misses. Okay. And we roll a 10, so the Panzerfaust attack misses. Oh my. We made it. We made it. We are still alive. Let's clear the battle board. Okay, Panzerfaust attacks are nasty. But I think this should be the correct way of playing it. But I'm not sure. 1 to 3, actually, you don't roll that very often during Panzerfaust attack. So let me know what you guys think. But I think it's, again, you know, there's a lot of holes in these rules. And you have to make your own interpretations. And I think, anyway, this one makes more sense to me. Let's get away with the orders here. And okay, so first of all, we capture the area. Note that on our after action report. And we roll for resistance over here. And roll 1, so we have light resistance. And then we go ahead and roll for the tank deployment. And roll 60. So we are moving instead of being held down. We are not the lead tank, fortunately. And then we will mark any open hatches. Let's open them all. Determine, let's see here. Main gun round remains the same. Everything else remains the same. Okay, determine start area. No, we've done that. Operations. Okay, how much travel time do we have? We have 1 hour and 30 minutes with mud. And that is actually as long as we have left for today. So first of all, we're not going to reach exit area, unfortunately. Unless we use everything. I just move. That's what we're gonna have to do, guys. We spend 50 minutes of travel plus 50 minutes because we have mud and 2 fuels. We have 25, and then we roll to see. Let's see what we want to see for advanced fire. We roll a 7, so that's 3 30 cal boxes. Go from 26 to 23 and 3 HE main rounds. We still have 6 extra HE. Combat will occur on a roll of 8 or higher, and roll 9. So I'm not gonna swear. We do have combat, but it is light resistance. So we have 2 units, enemy units to activate. The first one is a self-propelled gun. And second one is going to be 63 light weapons. So we should be able to deal with this. Let's see where they spawn. The self-propelled gun spawns over here. The light weapons spawns also there. Distance for self-propelled gun is medium. Distance for weapons is medium. Facing for SPG is side, I believe. Yes, and then let's see for our light weapons, the terrain is woods, and terrain for our SPG is gonna be woods. And we roll for advanced fire. To get the light weapons with advanced fire, we would normally need 1 to 39, but we have 2 knocked out friendly infantry squads, so the 1 to 39 turns into 1 to 37. And we roll 6, so the light weapons retreat due to friendly advancing fire, no VP. And then the SPG, which is a Stug, we need 1 to 30. And we have lost one friendly tank, right? Yes, sir. So the 1 to 30 turns into 1 to 28. And I'm gonna re-roll that one. I roll 64. So it's a no-go against the Stug. We roll to see if there is an ambush. But first we get rid of our advancing fire markers. Ambush occurs on a roll of 1 to 7. 2, so we have an ambush. So first we roll for the SPG. Enemy action battle scenario. SPG has a +10 when ambushing. And he rolls 6, which turns into 16, which is move left. Oh, super annoying. So he moves over here. Move to the left, SPG, and we roll for new facing side, and roll for new terrain, which will be hold down. Okay, and random events table 12, which is on a battle scenario friendly artillery. Okay, that's sweet. So the Stug, to knock him out on artillery, we need 1 to 20 because we have +10 for artillery versus vehicles. So 1 to 20 to take him out. So close to rolling 13. And then we have our own face. We try to spot him first with our... See, I think our gunner can't. Turret front only. We attempt to spot with the driver all sectors except rear. Our commander tries to spot the SPG. A roll of 5, so it's spotted, not identified. And this is not use control any longer. Okay, so it's spotted, not identified. Let's see here. Can we spot with someone else? Gunner front only, loader any one sector, all sectors. So with the loader we can spot. He has a rating of 4, so we need to get a 1 or a 2, and we get a 3, so it's not identified. Crap. All right, we go ahead then and use our orders. We will keep our hatches open. We will pivot the tank with our driver. We will not fire the tank. We will, however, with our loader, fire the 50 cal. With our gunner, we will fire the coaxial. With our, let's see here, assistant driver, we're firing the bow MG. And with the commander, we're firing the submachine gun. Okay, so let's start with the pivot. We pivot the area. Pivot the tank over here. And let's see, I'm allowed to pivot as many areas as I want. Tank may facing to any sector. Yes, sir. So it's not just one. And then we roll for all of the advancing fire. We start with the 50 cal. Remember, you don't roll for the submachine gun as far as I'm concerned. So we roll for the 50 cal. And we have almost a gun malfunction on a 98 or higher. And then we roll for the bow MG. And the coaxial, which has the 30 cal ammo. And the submachine gun we will place here. And the 50 cal we will place here. Alright, I think that's it for our orders. And I'll say when pivoting the tank, I'll say that it stops, because you cannot pivot the tank if you're... So I'll remove the moving marker, although the moving marker would be good to have because it's a higher chance of getting killed, hit, if you're not moving. We roll for enemy action for the SPG. And we roll 59. 59 is going to be fires at any tank. Alright, and the 75L at medium range needs 40 or lower to kill. We rolled 43. Close call. Friendly action to kill a tank, stug free 1 to 30. But remember, we have a +2 die roll modifier for each friendly kill. Let's see. Yes, versus vehicle targets for each friendly tank lost. So 1 to 28 to take down the SPG. And we roll 9. So the SPG is history. And that's rhymes. We mark off the SPG, another 6 VP. And I keep rhyming for some reason. And we remove the hold down marker. And that means we need to roll one last time on the random events table. Hopefully one last time. Flanking fire, which we will not use since we have no units to fire on. So that is the end of this combat round. We capture one more area and note it on our after action report. And we roll for the next. For resistance, we roll a 3. So the next one is light resistance. And then we go ahead and reset our battle board. So we yet again have 3 US control markers. And we roll for deployment table. And that's Scheissemann. That means we are the lead tank, I believe. Oh yes, we are the lead tank. We are moving and we are the lead tank on a roll of 91 or higher. No. Let's put a yellow marker, like danger, danger. Lead tank. So normally when I'm the lead tank, I will call in every artillery strike, every airstrike, but we have 1 hour left and that is just, we can't do anything. We move in here, right? We spend 45 minutes doing so and then yet another 50 minutes because it's mud. We spend 2 fuel, so we go from 25 to 23 fuel. And we have no time remaining. So we call in, of course, advancing fire. That's the only thing we can do. I'm going to re-roll that. We get a 10, so that is 5 of each. So we still have 1 extra HE round. And we have 18 30 cal boxes left. Okay, we have to roll for combat. It's a light resistance, so combat happens on an 8 or higher. It's a B area, so no modifier. Here we go. We're all 8, so we have combat. We are the lead tank. No! First enemy is gonna be an AT gun. We are in trouble. That's what happens when you get greedy. That's why people don't survive in this game, because they try to take more than one exit area. 1 is enough, guys. 57, it's light weapons. Okay. So we place out our advancing fire markers first. And we have no artillery to help us this time. We have nothing, so let's just get them in the closest zones we can. We roll for area 4 AT gun, and I'm gonna re-roll that. And it's an 8, so that's, I believe that's in the middle. So it goes somewhere there, and then light weapons go here. Distance of AT gun is gonna be long. So my very well laid out advanced fire will not affect it, so that's a shame. Distance for light weapons will be close. Alright, and terrain for AT gun will be open. Terrain for light weapons will be a building. Sorry, it will be woods. Okay, so we roll for advancing fire versus the light weapons. And we need to roll. I'm going to see it in my camera, still recording. This has been a long session. I need to roll 1 to 30 usually, 1 to 39 with the US control sectors, but +2 for versus light weapons or MGs for each friendly infantry squad lost. 1 to 39 turns into 1 to 37 to take out the light weapons. or rather make them retreat. We fail. So the advanced fire is no good. It's no good, I tell you. Alright, the first thing we do now is roll for ambush. Ambush will happen on a roll of 1, 2, 7. Come on. No, ambush happens. That's very, very, very bad. We roll for... Let's start with the light weapons. The light weapons have a plus 20 because it's an ambush. And they roll 91, which turns into, something like 111 fires at lead tank. So we have to roll on, because we are the lead tank, gents, we have to roll on the collateral damage table. And why the hell did we keep our hatches closed open when we knew we were the lead tank? And we roll 11, nothing happens. 1 to 50 has no effect. And then we have the AT gun, which will have also a plus 20. And we roll 8, which turns into 18. He moves back. He retreats. The AT guns retreat. Oh, 1 to 20 is move back for an AT gun. And we rolled... well, that can't be right. We rolled 8 plus 20. That's 28. That's do nothing. Okay, so he doesn't retreat. He does nothing. Oh, that's a shame. Otherwise, he would have retreated. All right, and we have random events table also, and that's flanking fire. Okay, that's what we really need now. We get to attack with a -1 die roll modifier. Our friendly forces does. So the light weapons 1 to 39, which turns into 1 to 37, turns into 1 to 47 to take out. And roll 49. The 80 gun 1 to 20 to take out turns into 1 to 30. And roll 60. Nice, I'm on. Okay, that's the end. We go to our face, which we first have spotting, and I don't know why all of these orders are still here. Let's get them back. Assistant driver and gunner. Man, I miss W. Peterson. I'm so happy with you, Johnny, but W. Peterson was special. You're special too, Johnny. Alright, let's see. We want to spot first. I'll use the gunner and try to spot the AT gun. And roll a 7. Let's see what the 7 turns into. I need a 9 or lower to spot. Target moving. Yes, we're moving +1. 7 turns into an 8 then. Unfortunately, so it is spotted, but it's not identified. We will try now with our driver. And he rolls a 2, so it's identified. We roll on the gun appearance table and roll a 2, so that's a 50L. That is a vast improvement for us, that is. There we go. There we go. And we shall attempt to spot the... We should attempt to spot the light weapons as well. And roll a 1, so they are spotted. Okay, time to close our hatches, boys. Hatches closed. We will keep moving, and then we will fire the mortar. The loader fires the mortar. We have a smoke mortar, remember, and then our assistant driver is firing the bow MG, and the gunner fires the coaxial. Actually, let's pivot and fire. I can't pivot. I gotta stay facing this 50L, even if it can move in closer and try to kill me, so I can't take any chances. Roll for ammo expenditure. 1 box, 2 boxes. We go from 18 to 16 30 cal boxes left. And then we roll for nothing, but we put the smoke marker in front of us because of the smoke mortar. All right, and then we have enemy action. So we roll first for the light weapons, which rolls 93. That is gonna be fires at infantry. Okay, and we roll, see here, enemy fire light weapons to kill infantry needs a roll of 30 or lower, and they roll 30. So they kill yet another friendly infantry squads. We have 3 infantry squads dead now. 80 gun, roll 33, which is gonna be fires at any tank. And they need a 1, 2, or 3 to kill at that range, and they don't do that. And we have friendly action to take down the light weapons. We need 1 to 39 minus 3, so 1 to 36. Rerolling that. 76, we don't get him. 80 gun, we need 1 to 29. 52. We go back to random events. 66. Enemy reinforcements. And 36 in a battle scenario is another light weapons. And he will spawn in this zone. Nope, in this zone. Distance is going to be close. And terrain is going to be woods. And that means he moves into our advanced fire, our BOMG, and our coaxial. So we go now to our to kill infantry targets table, or Sherman machine gun versus infantry targets table. So first we have the BOMG minus crew members rating, which for our assistant driver is 9. So 1 to 29 to kill. Unfortunately, we have fired smoke. Sherman moving, yes, plus 10 for moving. Targeting woods, plus 10. Too many modifiers. We need a 1, 2, or 3 to kill him. Nope. And then we have the coaxial. It's going to be same there with all the modifiers. Plus 10 for woods, plus 10 for Sherman moving. That's 20. Minus, with smoke marker, it's going to be half. So 1, 2, or 3 kills him, and rolls 97. So that is 1 from having a gun malfunction instead. Okay, that's unfortunate. So our advancing fire do not do anything good for us. And that's the end of random events. We go now to a new order phase. We remove this. We attempt to spot first with the loader. Tries to spot the... Sorry, not the loader, the gunner. It's spotted. And let's see what we should do. We'll fire the BOMG and the coaxial. Pretty much what we can do. And we only kill him on a roll of 1, 2, or 3. So first... let's see, I gotta check so I'm not forgetting something. We have depleted smoke, we have spotted, yeah, we have closed our hatches. I'm not gonna fire the mortar again. I need to get rid of that infantry squad before I fire the mortar. 1, 2, 3 to kill. And we roll 71, so it doesn't happen. Next roll, we roll 89, doesn't happen. So we go to enemy action. We check for the first light weapons here. 74, which is, see here, fire at infantry. Needs a roll of 30 or lower, I believe. Yes, 30 or lower to kill infantry squad. I roll 38. Next, light weapons, and I roll 12, which is move forward. Incredibly annoying. So they move into this area and captures that area. Stays close range. And then we have the 80 gun finally. And roll 85, which is fires at your tank. kills the tank, or rather hits the tank on a roll of 1, 2, or 3, I think. Let's see here. We actually should check this one, I believe. Collateral damage. It's the back of this one when he's firing at our tank. Enemy AP to hit. So 50L at long range. First of all, we are acquired by the enemy. At long range, 50L needs a 34 or lower to hit. Plus 10 for the first shot. Plus 20 if the Sherman is moving. And then we have smoke, so it's, you know, half of it. So basically it's only on an automatic kill, I guess, 1, 2, or 3, but we don't have those numbers for this one. So let's see, plus 20, plus 10, it's I mean, it's not going to be possible for him to kill me. It's impossible. Yeah, he doesn't kill me. Definitely not. Alright, and that gives our friendly action now. We have 1 to 36 to kill the infantry, minus 3, so that's 1 to 33. First one. Miss. Next one. Miss again. And then we have the 80 gun, 1 to 26 to take out. Nope. And we go to random events table. And we roll 11, which is friendly artillery. So we get to roll once more on the light weapons, 1 to 30 to kill them. Start with the 1 to the south. Miss. Next one, 1 to 30 to kill. 44. And the 80 gun, 1 to 20 to kill. Nope. Scheiße. What should we do, man? We will deplete the smoke here now. I'm acquired by the enemy as well now. Things are not good. Things are not looking good. I'll just keep moving. We will try to spot the light weapons with the commander. See, commander. He's currently spawning over here. No one can currently spot that, so I'm changing these markers to down here. Should we pop some smoke? Yes, we should. I'm firing the mortar. And we keep firing advanced fire here. In case of Panzerfaust attack, that is. We put 1 smoke marker. And roll for the machine guns. We have 1 ammo expander, so we are down to 15 boxes now. And that leads us now to enemy action again. Roll for the first light weapons. 50, which means move back, I think. Let's see, 50. Yes, move back. So he's moving back here again. So we will again fire the weapons. They will only kill on a 1, 2, or 3. We don't kill him. And then we roll for the next light weapons. But before we do, we roll for terrain, and he's gonna be, it's a B area, so that's woods. And then we have the next light weapons. They're all 19, which is also move forward. Man, they're taking my, they're surrounding me. If there's enemy reinforcements now, we're gonna have real problems. Let's roll for terrain. 8, which is in the open. And then finally the AT gun. Roll 81, which is again fire on you. Fires at your tank. And let's see here. Enemy AP to hit 50L. Long range 33 or lower. And then we are acquired by enemy by 2. So 34 or at longer needs minus 30 now, acquired by 2, but actually it's going to be the first one first, so minus 15. Let's see, the modifier applies if the same unit fired at you again before moving. And I've actually ordered my tank to stop quite a while ago, so it's not moving any longer. Scheisse, man. So let's see now what numbers we have. 34 turns into minus 15 acquired once, turns into 39. But half of the base because we have a smoke marker, so the 34 turns into a 15, 17. 17 turns into 32 because we have acquired once. 32, and that's the one we have. Scheisse. And we're all free. So we're hit. AP to kill. 50L gun. Front at armor class 2. Only kills us on a roll of 1, 2, or 3. And roll 99, so we are definitely not killed. Okay, so it bounces off, but we are now acquired 2, so we have to get moving. We're gonna have real trouble. We go to friendly action, and we're all for the light weapons down here first. 1 to 20. Let's see, I think 20 now to kill. We have minus 3 because of to our die because of use control, but plus 3 because of 3 infantry squads lost. So 1 to 30 actually. 1 to 30 to take him out. I roll 96. Next one, 1 to 30. And we're all 32. God damn it. Start of using Lord's name in vain. And then we have an 80 gun, 1 to 23. And we don't get it. Random events table, we are in trouble. 19, which is friendly artillery. So the light weapons here, 1 to 30. This light weapons, 1 to 33, because it's light weapons in woods, 1 to 33 to kill. Come on, why do I not kill anything now? 80 gun, 1 to 20. And we get the 80 gun, so that is the important part. We mark off 1 80 gun knocked out. That is the third 80 gun we knock out today. And let's see what we want to do now. We are at the ends. We deplete smoke. And what do we want to do now? We kind of want to fire at that light weapons, but I'm not going to open the hatches. I'm not firing mortar. I'll keep firing the bow and coaxial. And to get this guy now, for smoke marker half, and he's in the woods, it's still going to be the 1, 2, or 3 to take him. Okay, we have to spot him, of course, so we start with these guys can't spot. We can spot with the gunner, and he is hidden, meaning we cannot fire at him. We have always hidden or 9 or 10, and we move our loader and commander spot over here for next turn. And we go now to we can't fire, we only fire for advanced fire. And let's see. Oh man, I rerolled. I can't see what I got. Okay, so we have 1 ammo box spent, 2 ammo boxes spent. We go from what do we have? 15 here. From 15 to 13 now. 30 cal boxes remaining. I'm not changing gun load. I'm sure we're gonna have a tank. If I change from AP to HE, we'll have a tank spawning in front of us, you know, in a minute. And is my camera still recording? This is going on for quite a while. Enemy action for this guy, 54, which is gonna be move back. So he moves back here again. And new terrain, which is woods. And remove that. And then this guy, 45, which is also moved back. Roll for new terrain. 1, which is woods. I am pretty sure that's woods. Yes, it is. Okay, and then we roll on friendly action. To take down this guy, we need 1 to 20. Sorry, 1 to 30. And we get it. Finally. Finally. And next guy, 1 to 30. We get 17. That's a shame. We mark off 1 knocked out light weapons. And we roll on random event. And we roll 40. 40 for a battle scenario is a Panzerfaust attack. Scheisse, now we can get it from the rear. That's bad. Roll to see where it spawns. It spawns in area 2. And it will occur on a roll of 1 to 5. But attack from sector 1, 2, or 3 is a -1, so it will occur now on a roll of 1 to 6. It occurs. It hits on a roll of 1 to 7. And it hits. And it kills us on a roll of 1 to 8. And it kills us. And that, my friends, is why you don't try to take 2 exit areas. I'm so pissed right now. I am so pissed. We had our easy 8 for 1 turn. Okay, so now we have to roll on a bunch of tables. We know it kills us. First of all, we roll to see the hit location, if it's front, rear. Actually, we don't have to roll for that. We know it's from the rear. So that is simply... First, we have to roll to see if it hits our turret or our hull. Let's see, where is that table? That table is on the blue. On 1 to 4 is turret, 5 to 9 is the hull, 10 it's the track, so let's hope so. Come on, 10, free! It is the turret. Okay, so it blows our turret off. And turret rear means we will have a -20 roll for our driver and assistant driver, and a -10 roll for our loader, and +10 roll for our gunner. So Johnny P, you're in trouble, my friend. Let's bring our after action report here as we roll. First, we roll on wounds for the hit itself, and that is the one that has this modifier. So first we roll for the commander, and he has no modifier. And he rolls 91, so he is seriously wounded. And that means that he cannot, he has a +2 on bailing out. And he is incapacitated as well. So that basically means... So I don't understand why it has a +2 on the bailout table. Because if you're incapacitated, you may not roll. 3 here. Okay, let's start by rolling 91. Let's start by rolling for how many weeks I'm out of combat. 5 weeks. Let's see here. Commander, 5 weeks. Serious wound, and that is if I survive at all. And then we have our gunner. And our gunner will have a roll of +10. And he rolls 3, which turns into 13. There is a near miss. Nothing happens. And then we have our loader. And our loader has a -10. So that turns into 40. That's a near miss. And then we have our driver and assistant driver, who both have -20. So 12 turns into nothing. And finally the assistant driver 70 minus 20, that's 50. That's a light wound, no effect. Okay, so we roll on bailout table. And 1 to 10 crewman is out on a roll of 1 to 10. Crewman is out, and the only modifier is per the wounds table, and my commander will have a +2, but he can't roll because he's incapacitated. And then +2 loader in tank with no loader hatch, but we don't have that. Anyway, as I understand it now, we roll on, as we're bailing out, we roll again on the wounds table for the bailout itself without these modifiers. So first we roll for our gunner, and it rolls 22, no effect. Then we roll for our loader. He rolls 91, so that is going to be another serious wound and +2 on bailout. And we have the roll to see for our loader how many weeks he's away from combat. So 8 weeks, Johnny. And you loader, 8 weeks of combat. Sorry, Johnny. You did your best. And then we have our driver, who rolls 9, nothing happens, and our assistant driver. He rolls 59. 59 is a light wound, no effect. Okay, so we have 2 incapacitated guys here in the tank. We have the loader, and then we have the commander. And I'm really sorry to tell you, Johnny. Johnny, you're a great guy, but my guys are gonna try to save the commander, because that's more important in terms of, you know, game effect. And just to make sure that I'm not making any mistake, because I know we also have the roll for explosion. Roll on enemy AP to hit, roll on hit location, roll on enemy AP to kill. So the first thing we should have done is actually roll for explosion after we confirm that we are killed. So we go ahead and do that now. Again, that's not even fog of war, it's just, you know. So first of all, we have +5 if it's a whole hit, but it's not. +5 hits from 88L or 88LL, but it's nothing, it's a Panzerfaust. +1 for each 2 rounds, rounded up, of extra ammo on board, and we have a total of 11. I believe that is 11. So rounded up, +2, +1 for each 2 rounds, that's +6. +5 if tank does not have wet stowage. But we have a +6 to our roll. And we roll 2, so even if we re-roll that, we have a 1. So +6, that's a 7. Tank explodes on a roll of 1 or more. So they're not dead. It didn't explode. As the tank got hit, it did not explode, but we got casualties. Our commander was seriously wounded. As the surviving crew members rolled for escape on the bailout table, let's see, go to step D. Roll for crew casualties on the wounds table. Go to step C. Surviving crew members roll for escape on bailout table. We did that, and there was no wound. Roll for rescues. Rescues of trapped crewmen on the wounds table. Go to step E next. Okay, so we're gonna try to rescue, and let's see, who are we gonna try? Okay, so Johnny can't help me. Our assistant driver, Private William M, is gonna try to rescue. He's gonna try to rescue my commander, so that's me. Okay, so we have only 1 chance here to save the commander. Even though we have 3 guys out here that can attempt to save him, we only have 1 chance. So we're gonna use our gunner Vince C. We've been in this tank for quite a while. He's gonna try to save me, and he will roll on the wounds table. And if he's not killed or seriously wounded, he manages to save my friend, to save my commander, which is I. Crewman minus crewman's rating. We're rolling for wounds after bailout when attempting a rescue. So he has a 9, so -9 to our roll. Okay. And we roll 73. So 73 turns into 62. 62 is a light wound with no effect. Let's see that I'm not missing something here. Unconscious result applies to wounds caused only by gunfire knocking out your tank. Otherwise treat this as a light wound, but we have none who have got unconscious. We got an incapacitated man. Unconscious men are temporarily incapacitated. Crewman is incapacitated. Okay, so basically he makes it. So he saves my commander. And then the question is if we want to try to save Johnny. And Johnny, we are going to try to save you. My assistant driver is attempting to save Johnny. He rolls on the wounds table. He has a rating of 7, so we have a -7 to our roll. And we roll 2, which turns into -5, so we manage to save Johnny. So we take Johnny out of the tank, but we have to remember that even though they survive, the commander is out for 5 weeks, and the new loader, which is Johnny P, is out for 8 weeks totally. And that is going to be the end of the day, because there can't be any more combat now since our here we had a battle, since our tank is knocked out. So we were so close to capturing the last area. So we've been knocked out, and the time was 19:15 during knockout. So let's go ahead and reevaluate our day. We have 2 VP for knocked out light weapons, 12 VP for knocked out self-propelled guns, 12 VP for knocked out 80 guns, 4 VP for captured areas, and 10 VP for captured exit areas. We have -5 for lost tanks and a -9 for lost infantry squads, so a total of -14. We have a battle scenario, so our captured map areas are increased by 2, lost map areas increased by 3, but we haven't lost any areas. 4 turns into an 8 here for captured areas, or 10 turns into a 20 for captured exit areas. So our total VP is going to be for areas 28, and for friendlies for our tank 0, unfortunately. For our tank, it's going to be, sorry, friendly forces is going to be 2, 14, 26, so that is going to be 54, I believe, something like that. Is going to be more maybe, but we have -14, right? So basically it's 26 plus 14, that's 40 VP. 40 VP, so I mean overall we captured 1 exit area, almost got the second one, so overall it's a victory, but for us personally it's definitely not. We're gonna roll on the crew advancement table. First for our commander, he needs a 9 or higher, which he got, so he did learn something from this day. From our gunner, he needs a 10 or higher. Our loader needs a 5 or higher. Our loader, Johnny P, did learn something from his first day of combat. Driver needs 10 or higher. And our assistant driver needs 8 or higher. Well, that's a sad day. We got the easy 8. We tried to take out the Marder 3, but you know, we got knocked the F out. And our combined crew rating is going to be, because we're going to have a new commander again. And our new commander is going to be J. Sack. Our new commander is going to be J. Sack, who is a sergeant. And I mean, his rating could be a total of 5. So with that, and then we're going to have a new loader as well. And we have no more guys who are volunteering to join. So I mean, we lost Abbott and Mutin went on to another tank. But let's say that that tank got killed as well. So we have Mutin back here. Still have to roll for a new rating though. So we have Mutin back in the loader seat. I think perhaps he wasn't the loader before he was. Let's look at our old action reports. Where is Mutin? No, he was a commander. But now he's a loader. He lost his. He got demoted for pulling some crazy stunt. So they could have a total of rating of 10 if we're lucky. Then plus 18, that's 28. Plus 7, that's 35. So if Jack starts with 5, if I roll a 10 or a 9, and if Mutin starts with a 5, if I roll a 9 or a 10, then I can choose another easy 8, but that's not going to happen. I'm going to have the roll on the tank replacement table, and I'm going to get a, rusty old bucket again, most likely. So that's a little bit sad, but I will be back in 5 weeks. And yes, our loader is also seriously wounded from the beginning. So he's, we have a 4 weeks and 8 weeks now for the loader. Or actually, no, that was the one we replaced. Sorry about the confusion. And that loader is, is W. Peterson. So W. Peterson got wounded first. He's gone for 4 weeks. So he's effectively just going to take Johnny P's place once he gets back. We're going to scratch out the crew member. So Johnny P, he joined us during the battle, and he got knocked out in the same time. Before we forget it, we are going to note on our after action report here when these guys actually get back. So 4 weeks for the loader. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we have a refit again for 3 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Let's see, 26. I'm just noting it. 26, and he's going to be gone for 28 days. So, and then we have, how long is this for? So he comes back here, loader back. Loader comes back, and then we have that for a total of we have 31 days in October. So that is going to be 20 days, so it's 46. And how many weeks did I have away? 5 weeks. Lead commander 5 weeks. Okay, so loader and commander will come back during this refit. So I'll just write C/L back. And that should also let me choose another tank. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Combat can occur on 23 more times. However, we do have one refit here, so if we're really lucky with the crew ratings and don't lose anyone more, we might get the EC8 back during this refitting in the end of September. And I mean, game-wise, having your commander wounded for a couple of weeks could be good for us. I mean, because he's not going to be killed when he's in the hospital bed. So, I mean, that is at least something positive, if there's, if you can say that. 6, 7, yeah. And I'm just going to draw a line here to note when the commander is away from combat. So you see there's quite a lot of time now that we have. I mean, that's soon half the campaign gone. If we count on when the commander is back. Well, that's it, guys. This turned into a long video, and again, that's what happens when you don't use enough AA. You don't use, sorry, artillery and airstrikes. Things turns into shit, quite literally, or not literally, but almost. Yeah, because I mean, we're lucky that we are very lucky that the commander didn't die. I thought, okay, this is it. This is the end of the campaign. What a sad way to go. First day with our shiny new Easy 8, and we get a Panzerfaust attack in our ass. Well, that's how it happens sometimes, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Like and comment. It helps me out a lot. Thank you for joining me, guys. I love playing these games, and I like it even more knowing I got a bunch of friends looking out for me from behind my shoulder, and it's just great to have you joining me. Okay, guys, see you next time for episode 13. I'm thinking it's gonna be something like that, 13 or 12 or 14. And let's hope we do better next time. Okay, bye.